Hi everyone, welcome to the first episode of Indigo Girl. I'm your host, Indigo. On this show, we're going to be talking primarily about pop culture, music, TV, movies. On this episode, we will be talking about 17, specifically 17's first album. Now, since this is the first episode, I will give you guys a bit of background knowledge on me. And since we are talking about K-pop specifically, I'm going to give you more so K-pop knowledge on me because I will not only be talking about K-pop on these episodes, but I want you guys to feel engaged and understand where I'm coming from on this specific topic. I've been listening to K-pop since about 2012, and I'm primarily part of 4 fandoms. More so 3 of them than all 4 of them, but I am a piece, which is the one I was talking about that I'm not as heavy into, which is P1 Harmony. I am an ATEENY, which is relatively new because I only got into ATEEZ July of last year. And I am a stay. I've been into Stray Kids since 2019, and my alt group is BTS. I'm an ARMY. I've been an ARMY since 2014. So I do have a bit of background knowledge when it comes to K-pop. So this will not be like my first experience with K-pop, and this is not a group I am unfamiliar with. In regards to the album we are going to talk about today, well, I guess mini album, it's going to be not the first time I've listened to it, but I hadn't listened to it in quite a few months, and I got an opportunity to actually dive into the lyrics, dive into the music video they have for Adore You, and I got into more of what they're actually doing on this project and looked more into the members because I didn't really know the members that well. In regards to my views on 17 as a whole, I knew about 17 back when they had debuted, but I didn't get into them at the time because it was around 2015 and they had a lot of members in the group, and visually I thought that they had 17 people in this group because I knew their name and I saw the number of people and I didn't count, and I was like, man, that is 17 people. That's insane. And at the time I was still struggling to remember every single member of BTS. I barely got by remembering 7 people. I was like, I ain't about to remember 17 people. So that ain't gonna happen. So I didn't get into their music. But I realized as I was listening to their music that I had heard some of their songs in passing. So I am not completely unfamiliar with the group. However, I'm not a Carat. I'm not in the fandom. I don't really know much about 17 as a whole. I don't know much about their journey. I don't really know much about their individual background. So I really wanted to get into this and discover more about them. In general, on these episodes, I would also like to get into other artists, other genres, other things. So if you have any recommendations on other artists you want me to listen to, regardless of whether or not they are K-pop, I would love to get a recommendation, because at the time of this recording, I'm thinking about potentially doing videos on TXT as well, because I've been kind of interested in their music. I don't really know much about them either. I only ever listened to their first album and a couple singles. So I'm unfamiliar with both groups and I'm willing to dive into both groups. So if you're a Carat, welcome. Hi, how are you? If you are a MOA or maybe potentially one of the other fandoms I've talked about, hi, how are you? Welcome. You are welcome too. On this podcast as well, we are also going to maybe dive into some previous projects I've listened to, because I have a lot of thoughts on certain things. If anybody wants to hear my opinion on albums that have already come out, that would be awesome. And I'm definitely going to talk about Golden Hour Part 5, ATEEZ's new project that's coming out, and it's coming out this month, so I'm kind of hyped. So let's dive in to 17. Like I already said before, I had already looked into 17, and they are, if you don't know, if you're new to this and you're just oh, I'm trying to get into 17 with somebody else, let's get in this together, I was very baffled when I first saw 17. Obviously, 17 does not have 17 members. Actually, the meaning of the name is that they have 13 members, 3 teams, and 1 group. Now, this was massively confusing to me because I was like, teams, brother, we doing sports? Like, what are we doing? They're talking about their units. So there are 3 teams. There is a hip hop team, there is a vocal team, and there's a performance team. I didn't know what a performance team was because I was like, what do you mean perform? Don't y'all all perform? What's going on? Do only these 4 people perform? Or actually, there's 5 people in the performance team. Actually, no, there's 4. There's 4 people in the performance team. There's 5 people in the vocal team. But performance team, from what my understanding is a dance team, essentially. Now, if I'm wrong, Carats, please correct me in the comments. But that's what they seem to be. Now, there's 3 leaders. There is a main leader, though. S-Coops is the main leader. Woozy is the leader of the vocal team, and Hoshi is the leader of the performance team. Now, mind you, I'm going to say Woozy throughout this because I don't know if his name is said Woozy or it's like Uji or something like that, because I've been listening to the members say his name and I'm still unsure, because it sounds like to me that they're saying Uji, and I think that's what his actual like name is, or like it sounds like his actual name. But please correct me in the comments if you say his name differently or if it's meant to be said differently, because I want to get it right, because I'm really trying to get into this group. I realize I failed to mention that S-Coops not only is the main leader, but he is in fact the hip hop team leader. He's one of the main rappers in the group, so that's pretty cool. I love a rapper. I love a rap line. Honestly, for me, a lot of the times, if I don't love the rap line in a K-pop group, I'm less likely to like the group overall, because I really love a rap line. So I'm hoping that I love this rap line. Also, side note about Hoshi, since I mentioned S-Coops and Woozy like heavily. Side note about Hoshi, he's in the military right now. Bro is blowing up Weavers. Every time I have Weavers set up for 17, that man is on there posting like 12 different things. Carats, you are so lucky, because that man said, I ain't leaving y'all. I'm gonna be in this military. I'm gonna stick to y'all. Y'all ain't gonna miss me. Y'all gonna see me. Which is a much different experience than I had with like BTS while they were in the military, because BTS, they did talk to Army a little bit while they were in the military, but for the most part they stayed working while they were in the military on the military stuff. So generally, my thoughts on 17 as like a group, I am very interested to see how each team works and what each team's like strong suit is, who are the members that are pretty much like doing everything. I'm sure there's like some members who are like more heavy in the writing and production elements of these projects, and I would like to see who that is. I know one of them is Woozy, because I heard about this before, and he's like one of the members I'm a bit familiar with, I guess. Him, S-Coops, and Mingyu I'm a bit familiar with. I am slowly getting more familiar with the other members, but I don't think I'm quite there. But anyway, we are going into their first ever mini album, their debut project, because I like to start from the beginning, because I'm weird that way. I don't like to skip around. I like to start from the very beginning so I can really understand the group. Their first mini project was referred to as 17 Carat. Perfect. Carats, diamonds, we love it. And they had about 5 songs on this project. So the songs are Shining Diamond, Adore You, Ah Yeah, Jam Jam, and 20. 3 of these songs are team songs. So that's going to be like the thing I'm going to focus on when I get to the team songs. I can't wait to talk about the team songs because of the fact that it is split up and you get to really hear the differences between the members and how they all interact and within the team songs. I was surprised to figure out that they had 13 people on songs. I thought all the songs were like split up that way until I like really looked at the lyrics, and I was like, oh, y'all have all 13 of these people on 2 of these songs. That's insane. Like, how did you, like, people talk about line distribution in K-pop so much. I'm so confused by 17. I'm like, how y'all distribute these lines? I can't. Did you have one line per song? Goodness gracious. There is somebody who didn't really get that many lines. I noticed that there were some members who I didn't hear much from, and I would really like to hear from them more in future projects, and I'm sure I will. So I'm really interested in seeing that. So let's get into the first song. The first song we're going to talk about on the album is Shining Diamond. I really like this song. It's super like upbeat, has a lot of energy to it. I think this is a really good introduction to the group based off of like what I've seen throughout the album. Somehow, some way, every single member got a part in this song. I have no idea how that happened, but I find the song to be really fun. I like the opening. Like I like the fact that June and Mingyu open it. I specifically like Vernon's verse. He comes in with the "I'm only 17, I only got a few dollars." I like that. He ate. He ate so hard. They did do a Michael Jackson reference in the chorus or the pre-chorus. They were like something Jackson da da da. That I rocked with because I think Hoshi was the first person to say it, and he's the leader of the performance team, which I think performance Michael Jackson, perfect. I liked the chorus. DK and Sungkwan were amazing. Absolutely no notes. Their voices are so beautiful. My goodness, the chorus was so solid. It was really good. I like the like little part. I think Woozy's the one who says this, where it goes "Banana." I don't know why. It's so cute. Oh my god, it's so cute. It is. I think it means like "Binet" means I think something like cute or something in Korean. It's really cute. He says it in a really cute way. It's really funny. The lines in the song are just essentially we're a diamond in the rough, like we're gonna get harder, we're gonna work harder, we're gonna be better. And I do like this energy, especially from a group at the time that was like new, so you kind of want to have that message where you're like, I'm gonna be the greatest, I'm gonna be the best. Very like you know how like protagonists in animes are like, I'm gonna be great, I'm gonna be like Naruto, I'm gonna be the next Hokage. It's very much like I'm gonna be the next Hokage of songs. I like S. Coops' part. I think it's fun. I do like the fact that whenever he has his verse, he always goes Coops. That's very cute. I think that's adorable. I will say, like, overall, my favorite parts of the song were Vernon, DK, and Sungkwan. I know all 13 of them was on this song, but they were definitely my favorite parts. I noticed the rap line did have like a significant role in this song, which I really did like. The line distribution was good overall. Obviously, like, I didn't hear much of Dino. I'm not sure how to say his name. I think I'm gonna call him Dino for now. Oh no, it's Dino. I think it's Dino. I'll call him Dino. I didn't hear much of Dino, but I guess like he's the maknae of the group, so I'm not exactly surprised I didn't hear much from him. Hopefully we get to talk more about him during the performance team song, considering I'm pretty sure that's the group he's a part of. Overall, I did like the song. The melody was good. It was very addictive. It was super catchy. This is a really good opener for a debut, I will say. It's extremely good. I'm super impressed. So let's move on to the next song. Adore You is the next song. I am really excited to talk about Adore You, honestly, out of all the songs. This one I'm really, really excited for. I will say this, Vernon, again, one of my favorite like rap verses in this song. In the project in general, like he was my favorite in the last one, and he's my favorite in this one as well. This song has a lot of the vocal team. It focuses more so on the vocal team than the other members, but they do have the other members contribute a lot on this song. Vernon and Dino go back and forth a little bit, so I got a lot more Dino this time around. I still haven't decided whether or not I'm going to call him Dino or Dino. We will see. We will see based off of what y'all say I'm supposed to call him. I do like his part. He has more of like his lines are more like very sweet and like nice, and versus like Vernon, who was very like cool and stuff. And I guess it's supposed to be like the like comparison between like, I guess, singing versus like rapping here. Or maybe it's just because Dino was the youngest. I believe this was 2015. I believe he was 15 at the time when this came out, or 16 or something like that. So that could explain why his verse is a lot more sweet. My favorite boy, Woozy, has come in again. Very cute lines. He has this part that's like, he has this like one part that goes like, no na no na hey you, no na no na hey you. Obviously, I don't speak Korean. That was horrible, but I do think that part is so cute, and it's like it's literally my favorite part of the song. I don't know why. It's my favorite part of the song. It's so cute. I wanted to talk about some of the rap verses on this song, but to be honest, outside of like the small things that they've done throughout, like Vernon has done sprinkled in through the song, and like the part with him and Dino, the part with him and S-Coops, and I think Wonu and Mingyu had a part. It wasn't like super rap heavy in general, this song. It was mainly vocal line, and honestly that was good, because I actually really liked the vocal line on this song. I had also ended up watching the music video for this song as well, because I wanted to see it. I wanted to see like what they could have possibly made as a music video for this particular song. That music video was all over the place. That music video was not what I expected it to be. It had a lot going on. It cut to a bunch of different scenes. There was them in a car with some palm trees. They were in like this weird kind of like 80s space area thing. I don't even know what that was. And there, at some point, the vocal line, I think it was specifically the vocal line and some of the performance team were like in these like, were performing, like they had like the music video going, and in the corner there was like a little circle with one of them like singing in the corner, and I'm just like, whoever was singing at the time in the corner, I was like, is this so I know who's singing right now? I don't know what that was about. I still don't know what that was about, because they didn't keep it the entire music video, but they had it for only like part of the music video. Like, that was so strange. I really don't know what was going on there, to be honest. I wanted to talk about how I think his name is Junghan or something like that. Oh my god, how do you say his name? Oh my god, Junghan. I think so. Okay, either way, I saw him in the music video, and I don't know if you guys seen Boys Over Flowers, but he looks exactly like, not like Lee Min-ho's character, but like the other guy, the other like lead love interest in that show. Like, if you watch Boys Over Flowers, specifically the Korean version, I'm pretty sure there is a Japanese version or something of Boys Over Flowers, the Korean version. If you've seen it, he looked exactly like bro because of that hair. Oh my god, the hair he has is insane, bro. I couldn't believe it, man. I kind of rock with it, but I was just like, it's so, I couldn't unsee that. Also, Woozy, blonde. Actually, was Woozy the one who was blonde? Oh, Hoshi was blonde. Hoshi was blonde in this music video. That is his color. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what other hair color he has from this point on. That is his color. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't know if that's the general consensus in the fandom. That is his color. I don't want to hear nothing from y'all about that, actually. Having DK and Sungkwan show up as like essentially angels in clouds was hilarious to me. Honestly, it felt funny. The music video itself just felt overall super funny, and I wasn't sure if they were trying to make it funny or they were being so dead serious about this. Like, this was serious to them. They were like, this is exactly what we want this music video to look like. It honestly just looked like a bunch of kids having fun. They were just having fun making a funny music video, and it didn't really seem to have a direct theme. it just seemed a little all over the place. But having those two, because their voices are so beautiful, having them be like angelic figures in the music video was just so funny to me. But yeah, I overall liked this song. I love the music video. I think everything about it is really good. I don't really have any notes about this song much outside of that. I will say this. I saw the 8's hair in the music video. I've seen his hair recently. I'm really happy that boy grew out his hair, because I wasn't really rocking with it. But honestly, that is the curse of being a third generation K-pop idol. You will have a crazy haircut at some point in time. That is a guarantee. There is nothing stopping that. Yeah. Oh, Woozi, I believe he had glasses. He had glasses. Yes, 10. I would love to see more of the glasses. I would love to see more of the glasses. But yeah, they were all so cute, adorable. Of course, they were all very young at the time. It was such an adorable music video. It was really fun to watch, I will say. I can understand why they have like such a big fandom, being how silly it was. They seem very energetic, and I'd imagine, like, I know they have a variety show, Going 17. I'd imagine that Going 17 has a lot of energy to it, because they seem like they have a lot of energy to themselves. So I'm kind of interested in watching it, but I haven't decided if I'm going to watch it at all yet. Because I don't really watch many variety shows. So yeah, I'm considerate. On to the next song. The next song we're going to talk about is Aya. You know what's you want to hear something funny? I will say this, like I said, I don't have like much background knowledge in regards to 17 itself, but I knew a lot of the members' names. Wonu was like one of the members. I had no idea what he did in the group. I had no clue. There was him, I believe June. There was a few members where I was like, I don't know what you do in this group. I don't know what, I thought he sang or danced or something. Turns out he's in the hip hop team. I found that out while looking in the lyrics of like all these songs, because I was like, oh wait, is he a rapper? Oh, okay. So he's on this song, so that was fun to hear. And this is the hip hop team's unit song. I was really excited for this one. Could we all guess? Show of hands to the people I can't see right now. Can we all guess who might have been my favorite person on this song? Could we guess? I don't think any of you could guess. I don't think not one person is going to assume that Vernon was my favorite person on this song. Following very closely behind S-Coups. I will say this song ultimately made me a little bit nervous, to be honest, because I was worried that I wasn't gonna like it. Ultimately, like I said, I didn't know Wonu was a hip hop team member. I knew Mingyu was. I hadn't heard much of Mingyu's like rap for real, like his like actual like verses. So I was kind of interested in hearing him. And honestly, like I said, a lot of my background knowledge on like specifically K-pop rap is kind of connected to the artists I already listen to. So for me, like my favorite rap line is like BTS's rap line. And I know like a lot of people's favorite rap line might be like, I don't know, maybe it might be Big Bang, or it might be like P1 Harmonies, or it might be Stray Kids. And you know, I mean, everyone has like a various like rap line that is their favorite. I was very interested in seeing this one because I think most of the time when I hear people talk about the hip hop within 17, they're usually talking about S-Coups. And fair enough, S-Coups is a great rapper. He is very good. I did really like him on this song. I will say, instead of looking out for him, I was looking out for specifically Wonu and Mingyu, because they were the two I was the least familiar with going into the song. And I will say that my feelings about them on this song, I don't want to be like, I'm not going to be like negative about it, because I'm not like, this is their first project. And I have an idea. I'm like, you're gonna get better as you progress. That is how things work. The more you do it, the better you get at it. I've noticed that like with Mingyu's verse in particular, Vernon had like cut into his verse multiple times, and it made me think. I was like, was Mingyu one of the members who wasn't initially like a rapper coming in? And I kind of wonder about that now, because like I don't know any of their like backgrounds in hip hop. I don't know if any of the members had rapped prior to being in 17. I think that S-Coops was part of some kind of other group prior to 17, but I may have been remembering that wrong. But I noticed that like Mingyu seemed like the weakest of the group, which is not no tea, no shade. Like, it was 2015. Bro was like what, 17, 18 years old. It's not crazy for him to have the weakest of the verses, especially if he did not rap prior to being in this group. So I noticed that. I really liked Vernon's verse. I really liked Vernon throughout the song. Generally, he said something to talk about some pull up on you wax with a Mac fully loaded. That had me dead. Oh my god, he's actually funny. He is really funny, which honestly is something I love at rap. You got to be a little cocky, you got to be a little funny, and both Vernon and like S-Coops are very cocky and funny, and that is something I took away from this song and I really loved about this song. Do I love their rap line? I'm not sure. I think I just like two of the members of the rap line at the moment, and I'm very curious to see what the future of the rap line looks like, because I want to see like where they've progressed from here. I will say, like, I obviously already like two of them. I more so one than the other, but you know, I still like S-Coops. I've heard him in other songs before. He's very good, and I'll probably talk more about him in the future. So let's move on to the next song. Okay, the next song is Jam Jam. I'm interested in talking about Jam Jam specifically because it's a very funky song. It's very fun. This is the performance team's like unit song. I was really interested in this because here's the thing. The first time I'd ever listened to this project, which I said before, like I had listened to this project like months ago for the first time. This was one of my least favorite songs on the project. I didn't like this song and I only listened to it one time, and I just was like, okay, this is just not for me. Let's move on. The second time I've listened to this song, which is for this, I will say my opinion has rapidly changed. I will say this. When I came in to this, I was like, oh yeah, I remember liking Aw Yeah, and I remember disliking Jam Jam. I feel like my opinion has flipped around. I don't dislike Aw Yeah now, but I definitely like Jam Jam a lot more than the first time I listened to it. Specifically, I will say the performance team performed more so just as a group collective rather than showcasing individual members. And I don't mind that, honestly. Like I didn't mind that at all, because everybody got a part, including Dino. That boy got a part. Hey. I have to shout him out every time he get a part. I'm really excited for him, okay? And also Vernon was on this song, which was very interesting to me because he's on every song but 20, which is the final song, which is the vocal team song, but he's on every song but 20. And that was very strange to me because I was like, oh, I thought this would be like 100% like performance team, but he made it on the song, did a rap verse. It was actually, funny enough, it is my favorite verse of his on the entire project. It is my favorite one. I got to see the lyrics. I was loving it. It was amazing. It was, I feel like the more I talk and I'm hearing myself, the more I'm like, man, I'm really gassing this man up. I don't know. That is not my intention. I'm not trying to gas this man up like this. Okay. I really did like his verses. So the beat of this song, like the actual melody, it sounds like it's supposed to be in like SpongeBob. I think that's what threw me off. I think that's why I didn't like it initially. SpongeBob sounded song. That's really what it sounded like to me. Also, I do know that the term jam is like the term for like, it's like a slang term in Korean. It's like for fun, I guess. I've heard it many times before. I do think it's funny that they're like dirty jam jam. I do think that's funny. I know it's like they're saying they're partying hard. Hey, I'm glad for y'all. I feel like, isn't the 8 in the performance team? I feel like the 8 parties hard. I feel like if your name is the 8, you have to party hard. I feel like there's no other option. I don't know his actual name. I should probably look up his actual name. I wonder if you actually comment down below. Do you guys call them by like their actual names, or do you just refer to them by their stage name? Which members do you only refer to exclusively by their stage name? I honestly, I'm betting Hoshi is one of the members that is exclusively only referred to by his stage name. Note also, this is going to be the second time I'm going to talk about Hoshi's activity online, because I had recorded part of this audio like early on, like a few weeks ago, and since then he has released a new song. This man is still in the military. I'm baffled. I'm so confused by this man. Who is running his military service? I've never seen somebody on their phone so much in my life. He be on social media. He be posting. He got a new song. I swear he's released in the time he's been in the military, like I'm not even like 5 songs. I'm not even joking. Like this is ridiculous. But anyway, I like Hoshi. I like this song. I like Vernon's verse on this song. It's a fun song. I will say I'm more interested in seeing what the performance team does in the future, and I should probably watch like some actual like live performances of them to see what they can really do, because I know they be dancing and I kind of want to see some dancing. I did not watch any live performances of any of the songs that I've listened to for this, other than like I watched the music video for Adore You, but I didn't really watch any live performances, so I'm kind of curious to see what the performance team really be doing out here. I know 17 be mad in sync, but I wonder if I'm going to like any future performance team performances. So yeah, there's nothing else I have to say about this song. Let's move on to the next song. Last, but certainly not least, the song 20. No Vernon on this song, so y'all don't gotta hear me yap about this man anymore. There is no Vernon on this song. This song is really romantic. I really love this song. From what I've seen, I think is solely written and produced by Woozi, which it was really cool to see him having this kind of song written. He's a very good songwriter. Oh my god, I really love this song. Actually, it's honestly, I feel like it very much fits the theme of the project a lot. The project seems to be like passion, love, young love, and stuff like that. So I really, really loved this song. I don't believe any of the members were actually 20 when this song came out, so that's kind of funny to me. Also, I do want to go back. I want to talk about Woozi some more. Woozi has a writing credit on every song on this project, including the hip hop song. And that right there was what surprised me the most when I saw his name on the Ah Yeah credits, because I was like, oh, I figured he was only writing like the singing verses, the singing parts and stuff like that. And I was like, surely is he writing the chorus line for that song? I guess, but it was surprising me how much he's contributed to this album. And he was the main member that I'd seen on like having some sort of contributing factor on every single song outside of Vernon, who had a verse on every song but the final song. So I really liked that. I honestly, I feel like he's probably my other favorite person in this group so far. I've picked my favorites in a way. The performance team I think is my favorite. I think so, because I talked about DK and Sungkwan, and I've talked about Woozi, and who else is in the performance team? Wait, let me check really quickly. Who else is in this team? Yeah, Joshua and Junghan, Mr. Boys Over Flowers. I'm gonna call him that for now. I'm gonna find out what that character's name is, and that's what I'm finna call that boy. And you know what? He had a good part. He had a cute little verse here. He was cute. Everything was great. Honestly, I feel like most of my descriptions of Woozi in general, of his songs, are just cute. They're very cute. They're very sweet, very beautiful sounding. You know, the line distribution on the song was excellent. I feel like the vocal team does that the best, and I felt like the vocal team showcased a lot of strength in this song. And also out of the 3 unit songs, it was my favorite song of the 3 unit songs. It was so romantic and so beautiful, and honestly, I really love this vocal team, so they're really amazing. It really showed that they had a lot of skill, and I honestly see why this group succeeded so much, because having this amount of skill and having, by the way, such a strong songwriter and producer in your group is so important. I know that there are other members who also write and produce for sure, but I think Woozy's importance to this group is very evident throughout this project, and I really loved seeing that. Okay, let's wrap this up. My overall thoughts on this project was this was a really great debut project. It's one of the better ones I've heard from a group. And ultimately, obviously, I've said this across the time I've been talking about this project. My favorite members walking away from this project were Vernon, Woozy. And I hadn't mentioned that Sungkwan and DK are also 2 of my favorite members as well, because I just love their vocals on this and I can't wait to hear more of them. This is a very good introduction to this group, and I really think it really showcases like how talented they are. I know I had like a slightly more negative opinion about like, I guess, Mingyu's background in rapping, but honestly, even him throughout the project, he was very good. I just noticed in comparison to the other team of hip hop team members, I just noticed that he just stuck out to me as somebody who didn't quite fit exactly. But to be honest, I didn't have much to say about Wonu, so I also can't wait to see what both of them do in future projects. So ultimately, my opinions on both of them are still TBD. And ultimately, my opinions on like the performance team is also TBD, because I don't have a specific member that sticks out to me other than maybe Hoshi and Dino. So I will hopefully get to talk more about all those members later, and hopefully I get to learn all their names properly so I know exactly who I'm talking about in the future. The next project I can't wait to listen to. The project is Boys B. I'm excited to listen to that again, because I had listened to it only once and I had never touched it again because I didn't like it the first time I listened to it. But I know a lot of people like the song Manse, so I am really interested in listening to it again and giving it like a fair shake, because like I said, I didn't like Jam Jam before and now I like it, so obviously opinions can change. So I'm really excited to get into future projects. I'm hoping that you guys join me in listening to more of 17's projects and any other groups' projects. If you want to follow or subscribe, please do so. If you want to suggest any other artists that you're really interested in, please do so in the comments below. I am going to consider listening to TXT, and I really want to get into them because I actually am interested in some of their projects, and I'd only ever listened to their first album and I'd only listened to it once, so I'm probably going to listen to it again. I hope you all are having a good day. I hope this was fun. I hope this wasn't boring. These were just my thoughts. I'm sorry if it was a little boring. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye bye.